Hi, everyone. My name is Ana Martha Ayala, and I'd like to welcome you to my YouTube channel where I try to teach you all the degree theory by Nikola Stojanovic. So, in this video, I wanted to talk about the degrees of Cancer, which are the fourth degree, the 16th degree, and the 28th degree. You all know that Cancer is ruled by the moon, which is one of the luminaries. The other luminary is the sun. So these two planets never retrograde. And retrograde means that the planet seems to go backwards, but from our viewpoint, but it really doesn't. So all of the other planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, etc., they all have a period that they retrograde at different times of the year. So another thing is that Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon is exalted in Taurus. It is in detriment in Capricorn, and it's at its fall in Scorpio. If you have a stellium of planets in Cancer, and a stellium is three or more planets in a particular house or in a sign of Cancer, it represents you as well. So if you are a female in your natal chart, it represents your mother. Now, once your mother passes, you become the moon. It represents you. If you are a male, then it also represents your mother in your natal chart, but it also represents your wife when it comes to the emotions and the occupation, because Venus is the physical appearance of the wife. So what's most important when we're talking about the moon? The position in which house it is the most important. Then the sign where the moon is at, then the aspects. Like I've previously said in other videos, if your ascendant is Cancer and you are a woman, you're like the perfect housewife, right? Your house is spotless. You cook really well. You take care of your family, your husband, your parents. You are just marvelous housekeeper. Okay. If you are a Cancer rising gentleman, then you're great around the house. You're the best handyman and you love dogs. That also means that you are very protective of the women in your life, the wife, the daughter, the mother. These are the types of men that really protect the women in their lives. Okay. So, what does Cancer or the moon rule? It rules the people of the nation. In mundane astrology, it's the inhabitants of that nation. Like I said, it rules the mother, water, food, the fertility of the woman's menstrual cycle, your physical house, but it also rules your home, the human race, the nation you live in, your homeland. It rules lakes and swimming pools, liquids, water, tears, beer, milk, dairy products, and obviously your emotions are ruled by the moon. It influences the tides. The high tide and the low tide are in sync with the moon cycles as well. So what does it mean if you have the moon in the first house? Well, it means that you're very close to your mom. If you have the moon in the second house, your emotional security is linked to how much money you have. So if you have a lot of money, then you feel great. If you don't have money, then you are in a bad mood and you're very worried about your financial security. If you have the moon in the third house, the way you think is colored with emotions. You have a hard time being objective in thinking and reasoning. So, make a note of that. If you have the moon in the fourth house, this is an excellent position. That means that you have a nice home. A nice house physically, right? You keep it, like I said, very tidy, very clean, but it's also a very good position for the family. The every house is not a home, if you understand what I'm trying to say, right? Your family is close knit, you all get together, you all pull in. God forbid that there's something that goes wrong. That having the moon in the fourth house is excellent for family. If you have the moon in the fifth house, then most likely you're going to have a girl as one of your kids. That also means that you can meet a boyfriend, a girlfriend, at a lake or at a swimming pool. If you have the moon in the sixth house, you work from home, right? Sixth house, work, Cancer, or the moon is home. So you work from home. If you have the moon in the seventh house, that means that you have a very stable marriage because the axis of Capricorn and Cancer hardly ever get divorced. I mean, these are marriages that last for all eternity. And if you do get divorced, it's not like after 30 years or something, outrageous like that. So, you're good. If you have the moon in the eighth house, then inheritance can come from your mom. And then there are females that also give you support. Could be your aunt, your grandmother, your sister. Like I said, females, your daughter, might give you the financial support because it's the eighth house. It's other people's money. If you have the moon in the ninth house is when you travel to a foreign country, but having the moon in the ninth house means that you travel domestically. Having said that, if you have the moon, your home, in the ninth house, might mean that you might end up living overseas in a foreign country. If you have the moon in the 10th house, well, one of the significations might be that your family has a big family business and you work for your family or with your family. If you have the moon in the 11th house, then you have friends that are like family. These are friendships that, you might not share the same blood, but it's there. Your friends are like your family. If you have the moon in the 12th house, then you may live in a really far away country. So if you're born in Mexico, you might live in Australia. If you're born in the United States, you might end up in Japan or China. Not Europe. Europe is too close. What I'm saying is in a really, really far away country. The moon in the 12th house is also having your home in a prison. Let's hope that that's not the case for you all. But that's one of the significations. You can go to prison in your home country. So that concludes all of the placements for the moon. Like I said, these are brief possibilities, right? There's more to this than just that, but it gives you an idea. Please share, subscribe, hit the thumbs up if you enjoy these videos. Share it with a friend or family member that you might think might welcome this information. If you would like a chart reading with me, my information is at the bottom. You can send me an email to amaastrology@aol.com. and we can schedule something. Thank you so much for your time and attention. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I do go through each of the comments and I reply. So thank you so much.